we have taken Zn, the base that is NaOH, and the reaction was 2NaOH plus Zn. It gives Na2ZnO2, that is sodium zincate and hydrogen gas. So in both the reactions, hydrogen gas is evolved, and the test for hydrogen also we have learned. Then we have studied the reaction of metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates with acids. In that reaction, we have seen that there is a formation of salt, water and carbon dioxide. And we have discussed that when we are passing this carbon dioxide gas through the lime water, then lime water turns milky as there is a formation of white precipitate. Okay, and on passing excess carbon dioxide, it is converted into calcium hydrogen carbonate, that is CaHCO3 taken twice. Okay, so this was the discussion. Today we are going to start the neutralization reaction, or the next point, that is how acid and base react with each other. Okay, and that is nothing but the neutralization reaction. Now in the previous classes, you are already discussed about this reaction, that when acid reacts with the base, there is a formation of salt and water. Okay, children. Now in the 10th standard, how differently we are going to discuss this neutralization reaction. One activity is given here. So please listen it carefully, because there are many observations and many conclusions we have to find out in the neutralization reaction. We need not only simply understand that acid plus base, it gives salt and water. Definitely this is a general reaction and neutralization reaction. Now what activity it is? Very simple activity. Actually it is called as titration also in the burette. In the practical or in the laboratory you could have conducted this. Okay, but try to understand now. In the test tube, if we are taking the 2 ml or 5 ml dilute NaOH. NaOH means it is sodium hydroxide, it is nothing but the base. So what we have taken in the test tube? NaOH. Okay, children. Then we have to add phenolphthalein drops in it. Few drops of phenolphthalein we have to add. Phenolphthalein is nothing but the indicator, which is the synthetic indicator. And phenolphthalein is colorless. Okay. So HCl also colorless. If we are adding few drops of phenolphthalein in it, NaOH is taken, and if we are adding phenolphthalein to it, then we find that it changes the color. NaOH is the base. We are adding the indicator phenolphthalein to it. What color appears? Pink color appears. Okay. Now this pink color is due to the basic nature of sodium hydroxide. As sodium hydroxide is base or basic in nature, that is why the phenolphthalein changes the color in base and it becomes pink. Phenolphthalein is colorless. Getting? Now we can understand, okay, this is the base. After that, what we have to do? We have to add drop by drop hydrochloric acid to it. So what we are doing? We have taken the base, we have added the phenolphthalein as an indicator, pink color appears, then we are adding drop by drop hydrochloric acid. Then what happens at a certain point, slowly and gradually, this pink color disappears and the solution becomes again the colorless. So what is it? At that point, the effect of base is nullified by the acid. And this is the neutralization. So at that point, when the pink color disappears, the solution becomes neutral. And this is nothing but the neutralization reaction. So at that point, the effect of base is nullified by the acid. Getting, children? After that, suppose again you will continue adding sodium hydroxide drop by drop. What will happen? After that, slowly, if you are adding the drop by drop sodium hydroxide, you will find that again the pink color appears at a certain point. It means that again it has acquired the basic nature. Okay. So this is how neutralization reaction we have to understand. What is the definition of the neutralization reaction? The reaction between acid and base to give salt and water is called as the neutralization reaction. So what is it? General reaction, acid plus base. It gives salt and water. Okay. So what example we have taken? We have taken that acid, we have taken HCl plus base, we have taken NaOH, with salt will be formed NaCl plus H2O. This is the neutralization reaction. Okay, children? Now, the next point which we are going to discuss is also a very important part, that is reaction of, have you understood this neutralization? It is very simple. Okay. If you have done, then we will discuss again in the last 5 minutes. Now, pay attention please. Now, important 2 reactions we are going to discuss, on which frequently 3 marks questions are asked. Now, which is that reaction? First, we will discuss the reaction of metallic oxides. The reaction of metallic oxides with acids. Okay. Reaction of metallic oxides. So what are the examples of metallic oxides, children? Metallic oxide means metal oxides, right? Na is the metal, copper is the metal, K is the metal. These are the metals, and its oxides are metallic oxides. So Na2O, ZnO, MgO, that is magnesium oxide, zinc oxide, and Na2O means sodium oxide. So these Na, Zn, Mg, these are the metals, and metallic oxides are Na2O, ZnO, MgO, CuO. Copper is also metal, and its oxide is copper oxide. So we are going to discuss about the reaction of metallic oxides with acids. What happens when these metallic oxides react with the acids? Okay. Now, first I will tell you the important question. The question comes like this: explain the reaction of metallic oxides with acids with an example, and why metallic oxides are called as basic oxides. We are going to understand this concept. First, we will discuss the reaction of metallic oxides with acids, and as an example of metallic oxides, we will take copper oxide. Okay, I'll write the reaction. So for that also, children, in the textbook, the activity is given that you have to take small amount of copper oxide, or it is also called as cupric oxide, and we have to add dilute hydrochloric acid to it. Okay. Copper oxide, already in the first lesson we have discussed copper oxide, that oxidation of copper, it becomes the black color substance. Copper oxide is black color substance. If we are adding hydrochloric acid to it, what happens? First, we will understand what is the observation. Observation is like this: the solution becomes blue-green and copper oxide dissolves in the hydrochloric acid. So, what is that? The solution appears blue-green in color. So, I will write the reaction CuO plus HCl. I am writing first what are the products, and then we will balance it, because in the balancing I have taught you. First, you should write the basic reaction with the correct chemical formula. Okay. So, CuO, copper oxide plus hydrochloric acid, it gives copper chloride. Okay. Copper chloride plus water. Now, write the chemical formula is CuCl2. It means that there are two atoms of chlorine. So we need to balance the reaction. If I'm writing here 2, then automatically the reaction will be balanced. That is CuO plus 2HCl. It gives CuCl2, chlorine 2 atoms and 2 hydrogen atoms, that is H2O, H2. So this is the balanced reaction. Now understand this reaction. Copper oxide plus hydrochloric acid, it gives copper chloride and water. Means in the reaction of metallic oxides and the acid, there is a formation of salt and water. Copper chloride is one of the salt. Okay. If we will compare this reaction with the neutralization reaction. Okay. Now what we are going to do? We will compare this reaction with the neutralization reaction. I will write. I can write acid plus base, or I can write base plus acid, one and the same. Base plus acid, it gives salt and water. This is the neutralization reaction. Now, we have to compare the reaction of metallic oxides and acid with this neutralization reaction. Please understand, children, this point. So, hydrochloric acid, acid, salt, product, salt, water, water. Now, this is base and this is metallic oxide. Okay, so similar to the neutralization reaction, if we will compare the reaction of metallic oxides with hydrochloric acid, then we find that this copper oxide and base, if you will compare, so it is acting as a base, it is basic oxide. And that is why the metallic oxides are basic oxides. They are called as the basic oxides. So they are, we can say that they are playing role of base in the neutralization reaction here. So they are basic in nature. Is that clear? This is very important reaction. They will ask you, explain the reaction of metallic oxides with acids and why metallic oxides are called as the basic oxides. Why they are called as? Only one line you have to write in the answer. You need not to explain much more. You need to write that if you will compare the reaction with the neutralization reaction, okay, so the metallic oxides are acting as a base, basic, that is why they are called as the basic oxides. I think it is clear to you. Okay, in the last 5 minutes we'll discuss. Now, similarly, we will discuss the next reaction, that is reaction of non-metallic oxides with bases. Okay, so this was the reaction of metallic oxides with acids. What we are going to discuss now? Reaction of non-metallic oxides with non-metallic oxides with bases. Now, in this reaction, we have to take non-metallic oxides. So, you should know now, we have discussed about the metallic oxides. Now, what is meant by non-metallic oxides? Non-metals oxide, carbon. Is it a non-metal? Yes. Its oxide is carbon dioxide. Is it called as the non-metallic oxides, children? Yes. You can enlist now which are the non-metallic oxides. Okay. So, as an example here, we will take the reaction of non-metallic oxides with base. So, which reaction we will discuss? We'll take the example of carbon dioxide. Is it a non-metallic oxide? Yes, it is non-metallic oxide. And as a base, we will take NaOH. Okay, NaOH is a base. Is it a base? Yes. Okay. So, the reaction of non-metallic oxides with the base gives us the same product. We'll see what products are given in that reaction. I'll write the reaction so that you will understand it properly. So CO2, is it a non-metallic oxide? Yes, carbon dioxide, non-metal. Carbon is a non-metal. Its oxide is CO2. It is carbon dioxide. It is called as a non-metallic oxide. So non-metallic oxide, even you can take the any example. If you want, you can change the example. That is calcium hydroxide you will take. Okay, calcium hydroxide is a base? Yes, it is. CaOH taken twice is the chemical formula of calcium hydroxide, which is a base. This is the non-metallic oxide and this is the calcium hydroxide, which is a base. So reaction of non-metallic oxides and base if we will carry out, then when there is a formation of the salt CaCO3 and water. Actually, every time whenever we are writing the chemical reactions, whether it is balanced or not. Okay, you should check it always. So if you will check it here, calcium 1 atom, yes it is calcium 1 atom, carbon, oxygen 3 atoms are there, definitely in the reactants. These are 2 atoms and these are 2 atoms, so 3 atoms are here, 4 atoms, sorry. Oxygen 4 atoms. Is it balanced? Yes, correct. So oxygen 2 here and oxygen 2 atoms, oxygen 3 atoms are here and 1 atom is present in the water. So these are the 4 atoms of oxygen. So this reaction is balanced, hydrogen 2 atoms are there. Always try to check because it will enhance your balancing chemical equations and every time you need to write the balanced chemical equations only in the examination. Okay children? So this reaction carbon dioxide and calcium hydroxide, there is a formation of calcium carbonate which is a salt and water. Now on this point what question is asked? Question is like this. Explain the reaction of non-metallic oxides with bases. Why non-metallic oxides are called as the acidic oxides? I think you have understood now. Okay. So just I will write the neutralization reaction. Immediately you can compare that reaction and why they are called as the acidic oxides you will come to know. Okay children. So here if I am writing the reaction like this, acid plus base, it gives salt and water. It gives salt and water. Okay. So, if you will compare this reaction, carbon dioxide and means non-metallic oxides and base with the neutralization reaction, you will find that this calcium hydroxide base, same. Calcium carbonate, it is a salt, then water, then what remains? Non-metallic oxides and this acid. So, these non-metallic oxides are acidic oxides. They act as acid here, acidic in nature they are. So, they are called as the acidic oxides. So, in the exam while writing, you have to write that if we will compare or similar to the neutralization reaction, in the reaction of non-metallic oxides with bases, there is a formation of salt and water, and that is why non-metallic oxides are called as the acidic oxide. That's it. This much only you have to write. Okay, children? So these are the very important reactions which we have discussed. So in this reaction, I can tell you that carbon dioxide, it dissolves in the water and slowly reacts with the water to produce the first carbonic acid, and then carbon dioxide, it is bubbled in the lime water, and calcium carbonate, it is the white precipitate is formed. Okay, so these are the important reactions. So today what we have discussed neutralization reaction with the help of activity. Then we have discussed the reaction of metallic oxides with bases and reaction of non-metallic oxides with acids. Why metallic oxides are called as basic oxides and why non-metallic oxides are called as the acidic oxides. I think you are clear with it. Last